Good evening, guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am going to do some decorations today, or fodders, as they also are called, I think. So I will show you that this is super easy. You can do it. Everyone can do it. If you just can draw a spiral, you can draw a rose. If you can do a circle, you can do this decoration. And if you can draw a heart, you can do this one. So go get your paints. You can borrow your children's watercolor if you don't have any of your own, or use your watercolor pencils, or use a ordinary pen of some sort and play with me. We are going to do some of these decorations today, and I will show you that I can do it, you can do it, and everyone can do it. So let's start playing. The first thing I often do is to do a background. And I'm just taking, these are super cheap watercolor papers from dollar store. 160 grams, and I think it was $4 for 15 papers. So it's not as any super quality, but as you can see, you can still get quite nice pattern on them. So that works for just playing with these decorations. So should we start to do roses? As I think that that's something that everyone is a bit afraid of if you haven't done it before. So let's try that. I think I'm going to use the back of a paper so that you can see it properly on the white page. So if you can do a easy, if you can do a spiral, take a pen that you can see a bit better. This one maybe, thicker one, this. So if you can do a spiral like this, you can do a rose. That's one way to do it, and the other one is C strokes, as they are called, and that's because you use the letter C. You do another C the other way, and a bigger C, and another bigger C, and continue to do kind of C strokes until you get a rose shape. And doing this is nothing about doing anything that is perfect or should be shown anyway. This is just for fun, and we are going to doodle around it later on, so don't think so much about that it has to have that special shape or something. Just make sure that it's round and have a shape as a rose, and then we will make it work. Using two brushes, one number 7 and one number 3, but that doesn't matter. Take what you have and just do what you can with your brushes. If you have one with a small tip, it's a bit easier, but nothing that you need to have. So let's get some color on the palette and start painting. We can do the spiral first. So I'm just making a spiral with my brush like that, and we can kind of have the rose shape. Then I'm just doing a couple of extra petals to make it more like a rose with the bigger outer petals. And then I'm going in with some darker color just so we get some dimensional feeling. I think I even get some black so you can see how I put it in. And we have our rose. It wasn't more difficult. I think I will go and take one of the papers that are. So let's use the magenta again. And let's do the sea stroke. Some of them, so I have kind of salt all over. So the sea strokes, a sea and a sea again, and another sea and the third one, and I'm continue making sea shapes around like that. And the flower is done. As easy as that. And then some darker color, so we just give it some. You can wait and do that later, but I often just do some strokes with my brush and make it happen right away. And let's give it a couple of leaves. So it's beautiful when we cut it out later. Taking some sap green and some black just to give it some darkness. Then I'm doing a little bit of rose petal or rose leaf edges. They are often shaped a bit like this, so it looks more like a rose petal. No, rose leaf, sorry. And another one kind of like this that goes down. One more. And some pointed shapes on that edge. Taking some darker green with the black in and put it as a shadow near the flower. And then I'm just going to take some water and make the color move a little bit, like that. So the rose is done. Let's do one on the paper with book pages on. So let's do one. That. And then we can do another one down here. Something like that. And a little bit of black to give it some more shapes and dimension. And some green leaves. And the shape of the leaves with some pointy pattern. Okay, leave that to dry too. So then we have some other fun shapes. let's do this one, and that's also really easy to do. Can take this one back that we had the rose on. Can dry while we're painting the other one. So to do this, that's really easy too. So if you can draw a circle, you can do this little plant. Starting by doing these, one circle at the top, that is kind of this one, and another beside it, and a bigger one on that side, and then we can do one that are kind of behind them, like that. And then I'm just doing some circles going down, some in the middle and some behind some of the other ones. That makes it more realistic. And one or two in the middle in front of the stem. Something like that. It's a bit difficult to see now when I have a pattern paper, but you will see it when I put in my color. Then I'm just taking my pen, and I don't do this double stem. I'm just taking I'm drawing a line from the top and going down, and I'm even shape it a little bit so it have a movement, if we can call it that. So I will zoom in so you can see a bit better. So now I can do the wider stem. So I can go and kind of do an attachment to each and every one of the berries or flowers, or what we should call them. So I'm just taking my pen and make something that these kind of sits on. Something like that. So let's paint. Let's do the blue one so we have the same color and it's easier to see. Let's see if we can get brighter blue. A bit more color. Maybe a bit of turquoise into that. Could be fun. So I'm just painting the round shape. You don't need to think about being inside the line or something like that. Just make round shapes approximately where we have drawn. We are going to doodle around these two, so nothing is going to happen if you paint a little color outside or on the wrong place. Just relax and paint. Have fun. Enjoy the moment when you're making something beautiful. like so. And now it's time for the stem, and I'm just taking some green and just following the line down. And now I can do the attachment with my brush. And it really looks a lot different when we are doing the doodling later on. Then you will see it more properly how when you get these lines around everything and cut it out. Let's leave that to dry too, and take this paper back. So should we do this easy flower? Also super easy. Don't think so much, just do a flower shape that you ordinarily do. Kind of 5 petals, or 4 if you don't get 5 into the flower. So you can do 4, or you can change your mind and do 5 anyway. Might get a better shape then. Can erase and do something like that. So you see, I'm not thinking so much, I'm just making some petals like that. And then I'm doing a couple of leaves that decorate the flowers a bit more. Down a little bit. And color again. If you would like to try, you can do some water first, and you don't even need to do the flower shape. You can do this just for fun, and look how it looks when you put in the color. You can go with that orange, and it's almost painting itself. When you have a good watercolor paper, you can almost just put in the color like this, and it will get the color moving. and some splatter. So let's do the big brush. And the other two. Like so. So a few minutes to dry, then I can show you the doodling. So our paintings are dry, so it's time to do the doodling and make the lines so that we can cut them out and use them. So some kind of pen that makes beautiful line. Use something that you think is the width of the line that you like. So then I'm just kind of going around. You can, I think I need 0.1 maybe. And I'm just doodling around these berries or flowers, what do you want to call them, first. And I'm doing several lines, so not just one. Do it properly and do many lines. And then I'm doing the same around this stems, and now this will be left when we cut it out, so we don't need to do any doodling like that, going around the stems like so. Easy as that. And don't be neat, do the lines so you can see that you have a line around it. Go a bit outside and make it. So We can do this too before we cut it out. So the C strokes, I'm doing the same with my pen. Going in and doodle the C strokes. And the same on this one, I'm going several times back and forward so I get a wonky line around it, so you can see it properly. And the same on the leaves. Making sure that when I cut, I'm a bit outside the leaf so it can be seen properly. You can do these lines if you would like to. That's just optional how you want to do it. This part you can decide how much of the paper you want to leave. And if you want a smaller piece, you can just cut further in on the rose or the shape that you have made. Or just leave a few millimeters of white space outside the pattern you have made. So I make it look like that. Use that for something else. So doing the same with this one, going around and you can decide how much you want to leave or how much you want to cut out. And you got your shaped, beautiful decoration. Should we do one more? Can take some of the other shapes. Let's take the flower. We didn't do anything in the middle. So that's some white paper, so it's easy to see. And then if you think that you have maybe forgot about the middle happen there, you can of course go in and do some, add some darkness. I think it wasn't enough, so you can add that little extra on that one. And these pages, you can use them in your journals as they are, or you can cut them out as I have done with the other one and use that too as a decoration. But you can use these as make big pockets and put them on a page. That works too. Like so, and you have our doodled roses ready to go into the journals. And if you have white gouache or white acrylic paint, you can add some white to this dark and make it pop even more. So that's fun too. Okay, guys, I hope this was helpful, and that you want to go and make some of your own of these beautiful decorations. So easy and so fun and super relaxing to sit down and do all these beautiful decorations. Thank you so much for keeping me company, and I will be back again. I have 2 journals that I'm going to sew together tomorrow, so we have a lot of work to do to fill them up. Have a nice evening. See you soon again. Bye bye from Sweden.